What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the Last Corvette. So before we jump into the video of this cheap portable little air compressor, I just want to make something clear. I purchased it for basically for the beach, for the boat, for going out to the park. So essentially using it to fill, little flotation devices, tubes, basketballs, footballs, whatever it is, right? And of course, it comes with adapters. It's advertised as a tire inflator as well, right? So I'm like, you know what? It was cheap. I had a coupon, so I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. And later in this video, you guys will see actual, process of topping off the tires. I didn't have a full like flat tire sitting on the rim situation, but I had to top off the tires on the F-150. And yes, the battery wasn't fully charged. And by that, I mean, when I first got it, I charged it and then I, stashed it inside the laundry room. So it obviously lost some of the juice. I'll probably say it was at 75%. So later in the video, you will see that I was able to top off all 4 tires on my F-150, and I switched over to the Expedition. I was able to do the driver's side, front, and then the battery died halfway through topping off the driver's side rear. Now from there, it took 3 hours. Okay, and this will vary as far as what you're using to charge this little compressor, right? So I was just going off my outlet, and there's certain, it's all about the watts essentially, right? And what you're using to charge the battery back. But it took a little while to top off this air compressor. But the following morning, I got in and I topped off the second tire and then did 2 more tires, and I was still at 75%. The Expedition was the biggest, I think, we'll say difference between where the tire pressure needed to be and where it was. I believe they were all around 30 psi. It calls for 39 psi. And those numbers will obviously fluctuate when it gets cold outside. And this was done in some cold weather. So this wasn't ideal. This was actually a really good test. So by the time I calculated everything, I'm going to tell you this. You can probably inflate 1 full size tire with this little air compressor from a full charge, or you can definitely top them off and top off all 4 tires with no issues. That's kind of my take on it. Watch the video.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mike from the Last Corvette. So I got this little portable air compressor online, and I am trying to see if it can top off all 4 tires. I already did the driver's side front. This is driver's side rear. As you can see, it's showing 33 psi. I'm in automotive or car mode, and we're going to push this button here. Is that this button? Oh no, that's how you select it. I'm still trying to learn this thing. So what do I do here? There we go. Hit it twice. So I'm trying to figure out if this thing actually has enough juice to top off all 4 tires. They're a little low, like I said, because of the temperature outside. It's winter, basically first week of December here in Michigan. 18 at night. It's probably about 24 degrees outside right now. So I'm not sure if this little guy has enough capacity to like fill a whole tire, if it was flat. I'm positive it has enough juice to top off tires, so that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going from 33 psi to 36 psi. The truck calls for 35 psi in all 4 tires. So, and this here is, when I first got it a couple of weeks back, I did fully charge it, so we'll see how it goes. This is my second top off, and mind you, I'm only going, 3 psi higher than what the current tire pressure is. So we'll see how it does on the last one, and then I'll give you guys an idea where I got it from and if it's worth it. This is my first time using it. I mainly bought it to just top off tires and also to fill up, footballs, basketballs, stuff like that for my kids. So it's at 35.5 right now. And it should shut off once it reaches 36 psi. And you can actually set with these buttons here, plus and minus, you can set your tire pressure. And then the cool part about it is, I didn't know this, but it obviously also tells you what the PSI is when you first connect it. So right there, we reached 36 PSI. I'm going to disconnect it, put the valve cap on this tire, and we're gonna move over to passenger rear. Let's see what this one is here. And this is pretty normal. Honestly, you know, especially in colder climates, you will have to top off your tires several times throughout the winter. So this one is actually at 32. Let's see if I can do this one. Okay, so 1 foot. So it's going to go up to 36 psi. And then what I'll do is I will fill this up, and then I'll show you guys when I do the last tire, which would be the front passenger right there. So we'll see how it goes. This is my first time using it. Like I said, it's 24, 25, something like that outside. So perfect testing conditions for this little air compressor that is rechargeable via USB. All right, so I'm doing my last tire, which is the front passenger. And this one was even lower. This one was at 31 and a half. But I just decided something. How about we top off 4 more tires on the Expedition behind me? I'll have to look and see what the rated PSI is. I'm assuming it's the same as the F-150. So while this thing does its thing, let's see what... So let's see what this thing calls for. This one calls for front. This one calls for 39 psi. All right, so 39 psi. So we'll do that one next and see how the battery holds up. So this one is climbing to 36. I will do 39 psi on this bad boy here, and we'll see how it holds up. All right, so got all 4 tires done on the F-150. Got them to 36 psi. The door decal calls for 35 psi. I'm sorry. So let's see what this Expedition reads, and it reads 32.5. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to bump this up to 39 psi. As you can see, I went plus, and then let it rip, let her chip. And you know, honestly, I think right now we'll see how the battery goes, because I'm going to do all 4 tires again. But at this point, you know, I got, let's say, 612 pounds pumped into 4 tires on this F-150, and then it would be, what is it, 5 pounds, right? Something like that. 6 pounds? Yeah, 6 pounds. So that's 1224. So technically, with 1 charge, you could do a 1 tire possibly, maybe 2 tires, like fully flat. But we'll figure that out. I'll do the math, and then we'll end the video when I put it back on charge. But once again, when I bought this thing, I charged it. The little, what do you call it, little spin-on connection came loose as I stumbled around. So maybe it's going to pump it faster. We'll see. All right, so I did the front driver's side. This is a 22-inch wheel. And now, as you guys can see, we set at 30 psi and it's starting to blink, but it is running out of juice. So in total, as we sit right now, I've done 5.5 tires. There it is. It's dead. All right, so let's see what the recharge time is. So just as I suspected, I think this is more of a top off type compressor. Obviously it's tiny, but let's see how long it takes to recharge.